Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy here, Seroney, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Kama uko Africa and you are bored, it is your own doing.
Ni kujiamulia.
Kujiamulia we mwenyewe kwa sababu Africa you cannot
get
bored. Entertainment ziko all over the place, Joe.
It's a free talent.
What? And today in our video we are reacting to Africans making their own planes. Unajua, it does not matter where you're from.
Yeah.
Whether you're from Uganda,
your dreams are
valid. If you are from Zimbabwe, Gabon, Namibia, Kenya, there is someone in your country obsessed
who is an engineer
na kujiundia ndege yake, making your own plane. So ladies and gentlemen, without no further ado, wacha tuanze hizi ma video, bro. Number 1. Let's could have been you. Acha tuone. Lakini hapo inakaa zile movies za
And this is because I wanted to do piloting, but because my parents were not able to cater for my needs as to piloting needs. So I had to make mine so that I can fly on it. I achieved my piloting needs, not able to cater for my And this is because I wanted to do piloting, but because my parents were not able to cater for my needs as to piloting needs. So I had to make mine so that I can fly on it. I achieved my dream.
Kenya.
He dreams of soaring with the birds in an aircraft built with his own 2 hands. 12 other aircrafts he has built before have all failed to take off. He hopes things will be different this time, the 13th time. The engines roar to life, and then Upendo is out of his hands, and down what passes as a runway. For a few glorious seconds, Upendo is airborne, and then it crashes to the ground. Another dream dashed. 13 is not a lucky number after all.
Do you know Ndegele invent your lane? Bro, Ndegele invent was in the 1800s huko sijui na mzungu alikuwa anaitwa nani bro? Sasa hii kitu tunafanya Kenya na bado hatuko successfully.
Najua utaanza kuchungia speakers zako. Useme mimi I am making music, instruments zangu, sound cards zangu, compressor yangu.
That would be a losing.
And when the time came, the homemade plane was towered by a car to gain the required speed to take off, but seemed to be more obsessed with the ground than the air, failing to take off.
More obsessed with the ground than the air.
We had our first test flight on 26th of November.
Successful flight.
We tested the speed of the aircraft and it was okay. But we had some little hitches with the engine. So we are seeking for funds, sponsorships from the corporate bodies, government, and other institutions who are willing to help come on board so that we help us develop this aircraft.
I've been having dreams of flying ever since I was young, but I have not had the support to fly.
The 45-year-old used to watch President Hastings band his chopper as a child, sparking a lifelong passion for helicopters. After years of planning and watching war movies, he decided to build one of his own.
My intention is to show to Malawi that Malawians too can do what the whites do.
Malawis can do what the whites do.
We had some challenges with the wiring system resulting in short circuits.
The whites do.
We had some challenges with the wiring system resulting in short circuits, but slowly everything has been sorted out.
Felix is eager to take to the skies, but he's been warned against taking a test flight before the Civil Aviation Authority's approval. If his first flight is successful, Felix will be flying into the history books with his homemade helicopter and his sky-high ambitions.
Where? Where?
Ghana Airline.
Ghana. Thank you.
You're representing Africa.
Ghana.
Thursday last week, Gabriel Derrito was confident his twin-seater aircraft was ready for trials, a step that would either elevate him to a pioneer in aircraft manufacturing in Kenya or leave him trying. But he encountered the first challenge at his backyard. The plane would not fit into the truck he had hired to transport it to Kangundo for the trials. But Gabriel and his team did not anticipate the mishap that followed. The plane collapsed. But that did not mean the end of the road. The mechanics did their part to restore it. Then the IT specialist turned pilot, who admits has never seen the inside of a cockpit, did his. The second and third day ended without much success. But by Sunday, the team had done everything in their power to get this plane powered by a Toyota NZD engine and a chloride exide battery to make sure it would fly.
Even if we are able to make it 3 feet of perfect, we believe
it would fly. This plane powered by a Toyota NZD engine and a chloride exide battery to make sure it would fly.
Even if we are able to make it 3 feet or 4 feet, we believe we will have moved a big step.
4 feet.
So in a spirited mood, they gave the aircraft the push they thought it needed to gain momentum for takeoff. A crowd had formed, anxious to see a potentially historic moment. But just when it seemed ready to take the leap, it diverted from the runway and collapsed once again. Gabriel was heartbroken, but surprisingly, his spirit was unbroken.
I'll go back to the drawing board and design the landing gear better.
Landing gear.
What's that shape?
And also study a little bit more about the landing gear.
According to his judgment, the problem lies in the rear wheels. He says it is clear they can't support the weight of the 800 kg plane.
Mpaka tuhakikisha kwamba hiyo miguu itaweza
Unaona nisi yako na information mingi. Anajua engine, anajua sijui nini. Sasa ashajua ni 800 kgs.
Mundu ile uzito ya hii mpaka tuhakikisha ya kwamba hiyo miguu itaweza kumundu ile uzito ya hii.
In a month's time, Gabriel expects to be back here for a second trial.
Got quite a bit of reserve willpower, and I think the small hiccups are more so nothing to do with the aerodynamics.
Willpower kwani ajaribu kunda Ferrari ni unataka kutafuta kitu inafurahisha mtu ajishughulika about miguu ati willpower za ngapi?
Ule mama workshop yake wezi mwambia iwezi. Lakini this guy is my role model. I give up.
Dynamics, they are more so to do with small practicalities like sparking plugs, nothing to do with the aerodynamics.
Black and white.
With small practicalities like sparking plugs, nothing to do with the aerodynamics.
When you dream big, you have to start somewhere. For Chris and Samba, the founder of the African Space Research Program, For Chris and Samba, the founder of the African Space Research Program, that entails using his back garden to construct Uganda's first jet aircraft, ahead of the planned launch of a satellite into space.
Okay, we are supposed to...
in space. By then Uganda ingekosa kana kaili. Tungekula ndimba. Uganda anaunda kitu za space. Uskini.
To...
Ahead of the planned launch of a satellite into space.
Okay, we are supposed to at least have a probe in the lower orbit of the Earth, at least in the next 4 to 5 years.
There is still a long way to go. The engine for this program.
Years. In the low...
Ahead of the planned launch of a satellite into space.
Okay, we are supposed to at least have a probe in the lower orbit of the Earth, at least in the next 4 to 5 years.
There is still a long way to go. The engine for this prototype is yet to be built. Chris and his team are just putting the finishing touches to a shell. And they will have to build a much more robust machine from scratch in order to realise his dreams, but his volunteers appear willing to put their lives in his hands.
As we take this project up, I expect to be one of the participating flying pilots for this project. Expect to be
hands.
As we take this project up, I expect to be one of the participating flying pilots for this project.
Ama hivi ndio watu wa Afrika tu wazungu pia walidanganya kama wao waliingia kwa submarine wakaingia huko chini. Wakadeji. Sasa huyu ameambiwa cheki moja. Tunaenda movyo.
So far the program has received a modest $80,000 or so in private donations. But its prospects have been boosted by an official pledge of support from Uganda's government, which is donating an undisclosed sum.
The President has talked to them on phone, and based on my report, he has agreed to give them some support.
President, you know which president they are talking about? Museveni.
Reaction to the government's backing for the space program from citizens on the streets of the capital, Kampala, has been largely positive.
Right now, we have the priorities to be invested in money like
the space program from citizens on the streets of the capital, Kampala, has been largely positive.
Right now, we have the priorities to be invested in money like construction of roads, construction of hospitals. Even the healthcare is in a very bad state. It's really a good idea, but it needs some time to invest money.
Space research, to me, I think is very important. It's very paramount because, first of all, it will educate our people.
But Chris's ambition...
Well, African country to the moon. Yeah. Which African country has been to the moon? Zimbabwe.
Haven't always been viewed favourably.
Bro, sasa nikuulize, unaona ni kama wase watu wanatuona kama hawa wase
like in music?
Venye sisi tumeamini muziki yetu hiyo design.
Sauski. Bro, unaona ndo upate mse kama huyu, mse ako level of genius. Unajua genius wote kuanga stupid people. They are foolish people who are trying to prove wrong to people that their foolishness is something.
True that.
So, kuna kuanga na chances za kuget lucky. Lakini za historia hawa za
nakwambia
Sasa nikwambia bro ni mwana sofa kona the best nani.
Yo ya Another Hobbit. Kuna ule tuliwatch. Can't make in the own planes. But hata nikwambie, it doesn't matter. We're insane or made.
With me here today is self-proclaimed helicopter engineer, 30-year-old Hendrik Shibanga, who built a helicopter in this very yard in With me here today is self-proclaimed helicopter engineer, 30-year-old Hendrik Shibanga, who built a helicopter in this very yard in Hammanskraal, north of Pretoria. Hendrik, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us what inspired you to build the helicopter.
Because I love engineering, that's why I made this helicopter.
And is there any skill that you would like to further improve?
Yeah, if I get someone who help me with finance to finish my engineering studies, I will be very thankful for that.
All I can say is that the sky is only the beginning for this gentleman. Nokolos via Hammanskraal, north of Pretoria.
The story of African homemade planes and choppers is quite interesting.
Like if you are west.
Some have injured themselves while trying to take off, while others were a bit successful. So here's how some of those amateur engineers and inventors have managed to build their planes and choppers with nothing but scraps and metals.
My name is Paul Ona. I'm from Benue State, of the local government, Oguri 2. God tell me that make I do the aeroplane.
I don't think
this why I tell my God that how I can get money to build the aeroplane. He say make I do it. I say okay, I will do it because I should say they could help me. Then from that time, God they help me small, and they get money and to build the aeroplane. This helicopter jet.
So I'm not sure if this is a chopper or a plane built by Paul from Nigeria, but he claims that it's a helicopter jet. So we'll go with it.
Have you been dreaming of building this when you were very small, or it was when you started your welding job that you started with this idea?
Okay, this idea is that the time why they work, I don't have money. But I cried there one day. I cry. I tell my God that wait, what my work? Why can't they? Because I dream. My father, he don't die. Come and tell me that go and build the aeroplane. I tell my father that how can God money to build the aeroplane? I go meet my brother that my father said that make I build the aeroplane, but all my brother he refused.
So he's saying that one day he cried to God. And then his dead father appeared to him in a dream and told him to go build an airplane. He then asked his father, where can he get the money to build the airplane? I guess he didn't answer him. So he went to his brother after having that dream and told him that their father had sent him to build an airplane. But of course, his brother in his right mind refused.
But plate, iron,
any lift, no matter what.
Hata nikwambie wadau, we've come to the end of the video. Nakwambia Africa ukiamua kuboeka
uamuzi ni wako.
Uamuzi ni
wako.
Ni wako, man. This is the world is not a
real
place.
Another thing to challenge us, people are dreaming out here bana. Watu wako na ndoto big bana.
Lakini bro, kitu inanifanya ninashangaa. Waafrika nini inatufanyanga tunakuwa hiyo design. Lakini unaona venye sisi tuko obsessed na kuunda ndege. Pia wazungu wako na yao.
Walai. Niambia wazungu bado wanakuwa na ushamba fulani bado wengine.
Ya wazungu unajua ni gani? Kuona ma aliens. Aliens zionekana na nini?
Na
Africans.
Wazungu tu.
Ni wazungu tu.
Mambo za UFO.
Mambo ati niliona alien.
Yeah.
Ai.
Nasikia anasema prezo wao ati sasa ati ni alien. Unajua story yake anasema president wao ni alien.
Acha uone. Aliens in Africa.
Mysterious lights were sighted over Palmdale, California.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe. We'll be coming back reacting to aliens and the white people. You know the way Africans, we are obsessed with making our own planes? White people are obsessed with seeing aliens. Out of your alien, even the ones that were seen in Africa were seen by white people.
We saw an UFO to California.
Don't forget to subscribe. We'll be back. I'm here with my homeboy,
Boy Sage.
Yeah.
What up? We're coming back.
Nikwambia sasa tumekuwa tukifanya nini? Wewe ni nani? Nini? 1 pale.
It's your boy Sage hapa hivi chilling with Seroney, the man with the vocals. Mimi ni producer, tumefanya ile ngoma inaitwa Vikombe.
Wewe. Big up to young Juju Moonchild.
Big up to young Juju Moonchild, a very talented artist there.
Yeah. So what do I expect nini kutoka kwako?
Manze kuna song fulani kwanza tunafanya na Seroney, no?
Tunapika.
Tupo jikoni. Leo tumeigusa tena.
Tumejiaminia kama ndirangu. Na zile ndege.
Karibuni kwanza tutoe EP ya Zero kama ya ngoma 6 hivi na zote ni noma. We're not guessing.
Don't forget to subscribe.